we're at Jezebel County Hospital, rock and roll band, out of various places, but we make our home in Durham, North Carolina now.
I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, born and raised, and I met these dudes at Duke here. We all went to divinity school together, and we all graduated. Well, no, we didn't all graduate.
And who are you?
That's true.
What's your name?
Marcus Walton.
Yeah.
For the record, it's Marcus Walton.
What species and genus are you?
I'm a barista. Presently, it's just great. It even sounds Latin.
Species and genus, yeah.
Yeah, I'm presently a barista, and so that's not.
That's good
it's
enough.
Not that miserable. Yeah.
Yeah, species and genus.
Sure.
Who are you?
I'll go next. I got one.
Okay.
I'm Brian Manchester, and I originally hail from Orange County, California. I am furthest away from North Carolina in terms of heritage from of all of us, and yes, and I came out here to go to Duke, and I've been here ever since moving here 4 years ago. That's typically how it works for people. When you move, you stay where you're at. But I play drums in the band, if that's relevant to know. And for my work, I teach SAT prep to high schoolers. So if you got any questions about quadrilaterals, I'm your guy. Go for it.
My name is Matthew. I'm a native of Texas. Came here for divinity school as well. Play guitar in the band, and we all sing. I don't know if anybody mentioned that we all sing, which I think is good and also helps me to make these guys unnerved with punk rock terms like anarchist collective to describe these sort of political relationships in our band. And let's see, what else to include here? I am learning carpentry and furniture making at the moment.
The lot of us have had experience with anxiety disorders, and whether that's sadness or weirder OCD type stuff. So that has been a source of, not for every one of our songs, but that has been a lyrical source for a lot of our songs, trying to understand those experiences as well as trying to frame how others who don't deal with that sort of thing understand and relate to it.
Yeah. Yeah, we mentioned sort of what the inspiration for the music is, and I think definitely part of it is sort of trying to not only put that sort of psychological thing in context for ourselves, but also to sort of place that within our imaginations. What happens to someone's worldview, and particularly our worldview, when it's sort of cast in this imagination that's clouded by depression or something like that.
Band naming is such a stupid, senseless endeavor.
My wife works for a hospital.
That's right.
I can't say that's why we chose that name.
I was working
but there's
at a hospital.
Connection.
There was a moment where
has been
we
to a
were
hospital.
really.
Marcus has been to a hospital.
I've been to a hospital multiple times. So we were at a point of absolute despair over the name, just because it was just so stupid and there's no way to make the decision. And I remember I had tenaciously held on to County Hospital that I thought was really cool. And then Matt was like, well, that's stupid. And Brian was like, that's all right. And so Matt, I just kept hitting Matt with it. And eventually you were like, put something at the beginning of it and then maybe it'll be okay. And I tried Jezebel and you're like, okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So
and we have 5 minutes before we have to
pretty much
perform under this moniker. So we
there was the pressure of a show that made us decide.
What's
your
name? But I'm excited to play with and get to know a different musical community than we've known before. And performing in general. Yeah.
Go for it.
I'm excited to play at Duke Coffee House because I've been to shows there, and it's a good venue. It's a decent space, and they've got a good sound system, and they've got a good sort of little subculture that's grown up around it that support it really well.
In terms of the Duke Coffee House, this is probably a story you'll scratch when you edit. But I had a long time sort of quirky, corny teenager dream and then it came to fruition in undergrad. I was like, I always want to play at my college, like with my band. For whatever reason, my band back in California never played at my undergrad until I moved to North Carolina and they booked a show at my undergrad, and I was like, you guys suck. But and now we get to play at a school,
So
that I go to.
Revenge.
Yeah.
Revenge.